Introversion versus extroversion. Are we who we are born to be, or who we are told to be? In a world that often equates visibility with value, the quiet ones are frequently overlooked. Meanwhile, the loudest voices dominate boardrooms, classrooms, and social feeds. But beneath this binary lies a deeper truth. Introversion and extroversion are not just personality traits. They are social constructs shaped by biology, culture. This episode explores why people lean toward one or the other, the strengths and struggles of each, and how different societies define and sometimes distort their worth. The terms introvert and extrovert were popularized by Carl Jung in the early 20th century, describing how individuals direct their energy. Introverts tend to recharge through solitude, reflection, and depth. Extroverts, by contrast, gain energy from social interaction, external stimulation, and expressive engagement. Most people fall somewhere along a spectrum, with ambiverts balancing both tendencies depending on context. Yet these definitions, while useful, are often flattened into caricatures. Introverts are labeled as shy, antisocial, or withdrawn. Extroverts are seen as confident, charismatic, and successful. These assumptions ignore the complexity of human behavior and the societal forces that reward certain traits while marginalizing others. The roots of introversion and extroversion are both biological and environmental. Neurological studies suggest that introverts have a more sensitive dopamine system, making them more reactive to stimulation. Extroverts, on the other hand, may require higher levels of stimulation to feel engaged. These differences in brain chemistry influence how people respond to their surroundings. But they don't tell the whole story. Environment plays a critical role. Childhood experiences, parenting styles, and cultural expectations shape how individuals express themselves. A child who is constantly told to speak up or be more outgoing may internalize the idea that quietness is a flaw. Conversely, a child raised in a culture that values restraint and contemplation may feel affirmed in their introspective nature. Both introversion and extroversion come with distinct advantages and challenges. Introverts often excel in deep thinking, empathy, creativity, and self-awareness. They are skilled listeners, thoughtful planners, and sensitive observers. Yet they may struggle in group settings, be misjudged as aloof, or feel pressure to perform extroversion in social or professional contexts. Extroverts bring energy, adaptability, and charisma. They thrive in dynamic environments, build networks easily, and often take on leadership roles. But they may be prone to burnout, impulsivity, or superficial connections. The constant need for stimulation can mask deeper emotional needs or vulnerabilities. How societies perceive introversion and extroversion varies widely and reveals much about their values. In Western cultures, like the United States and the UK, extroversion is often idealized. From classroom participation to corporate networking, being outspoken is equated with competence. The extrovert ideal dominates education, media, and leadership, leaving introverts to either adapt or be sidelined. In Eastern cultures such as Japan and China, introversion is more accepted. Humility, restraint, and thoughtfulness are seen as virtues. Silence is not awkward, it's respectful. Group harmony often takes precedence over individual expression, allowing introverts to thrive without pressure to perform. In African contexts, the picture is more nuanced. Communal living and expressive traditions may favor extroverted traits, public speaking, group worship, storytelling. Yet there is also deep respect for quiet wisdom. Elders, spiritual leaders, and thinkers often embody introverted qualities: reflection, discernment, and calm authority. We don't just have personalities, we're taught which ones are acceptable. Introverts are often told to come out of their shell, while extroverts are praised for lighting up the room. But what if both are equally valid ways of being, and the real issue is how society defines worth? The uncomfortable truth is that personality traits are not neutral. They are politicized, monetized, and moralized. Schools reward extroversion with grades for participation. Workplaces promote extroverts into leadership. Media platforms amplify the loudest voices. Meanwhile, introverts are left to navigate a world that often misunderstands their silence. This isn't just a personal issue, it's a systemic one. When we privilege extroversion, we silence the thinkers, the feelers, the quiet revolutionaries. When we pathologize introversion, we lose the depth, empathy, and insight that society desperately needs. If anything in this video resonates with you, please subscribe, like, and share.